Projects that we are working on. Let's go around in a circle, I suppose. Start with Anuxi. Let's see something that you can show. You know, I'm sure we're working on some stuff that you can show. If you're working with some pro teams or some stuff that you want to keep secret, I'm sure we all do. But let's take a look at what you can show and talk a little bit about it, maybe a little bit about your process. And some people that are not really familiar with art, you know, let's all try and pitch in a little bit of our workflow.
Okay, so I don't know if it's up on the screen right now.
I got you up.
Sweet. I've been chipping away at a Miranda set while I wait for Danny. Well, I waited for Danny to do. Well, I was doing the EU hub, so I had nothing to do, and then I was like, I'll just make Miranda. So someone like back in the Polycount AMA was like, oh, why don't you make a fluffy hood for Miranda? And everyone was like, yeah. And I was like, I'll do it, because I fucking love Miranda. She's the best hero in the entire game. I don't care what everyone says. Like, they're hating it because she's first pick, first ban. Fuck you guys, you just haters, because she's the best wife ever. I did this with a mount. So I worked it. So the key when I always start making a set is I work on the highest footprint item first, and that dictates the rest of the theme of the set. So in this case, the highest footprint item, which footprint means like the biggest screen space. So the biggest screen space is obviously the mount, so you work on that first, and that's what I did, and then the whole rest of the set I built after the mount. So like, just keep continuation, I guess, of the design, theme, and motifs. So
Let me stop you there for a second. I think your screen is a paused right now. Let's get it going again, yeah.
Share again. And he has balls.
Did you always had the balls?
Always.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's so small because it's so hairy. It's like marbles. Yeah. Lots of fur. Killed my arm.
I feel your pain now. I'm doing some fur recently, and oh my god. You did a really good job with your fur, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah, clay
really
build-up is the greatest brush.
Oh, I know. I've been using that like crazy for everything.
So good. Like, it just, like, clay tubes is really good for some things that you don't need volume for, but you need volume, but you don't need, like, the huge bulge in the middle. Whereas clay build-up is kind of like a good balance between the both of them, and it's just really, really good.
Yeah, it keeps it flat.
So it's really good at adding volume. And yeah, it's perfect. Also, I'm gonna be streaming a Morphling set soon, which is this one, which is concepted by Danidem. He gave me this morning, and I was like, yes, it's perfect. So I'm gonna start on this today.
Awesome job, guys. And if you guys want to follow Anuxi, you can see right below on the scrolling text. You can follow her through her Twitch address and her Twitter. And all the artists on the show right now, you can see all their information right below on the text. Awesome. Do you have another set that you might have in the workshop that you might want to show, Anuxi?
Yeah, I've got a player set that I just uploaded. It's
I
think it's my second player item after Sing Sing's Beaver Night. And there's a lot of controversy around this, which really it's not that bad, but it's my Miracle Naga set, which originally started out as an Arteezy Naga set. So Arteezy was like, hey, put the call out on Twitter, was like, hey guys, does anyone know a workshop artist that will make me a set? And I was like, dude, if it's Naga, I'll make it for you. And he's like, sweet. This was in February before they signed EG. And I said, I can't do it now, I'm really busy. I'll do it after Dazzle. So I finally finished Dazzle and then got some time to work on it. And then we found out that, well, after the Polycount AMA, when I was like half finished the set, another artist was like, hey, this is kind of awkward, but EG have already come to us and asked for a Naga Siren for Arteezy. And I was like, oh man, what a crazy miscommunication. So I talked with the EG managers, I talked with Arteezy, and I just was like, and I talked to the artist, and I was like, dude, you deserve this way more than I do, because you're an awesome artist, one, and you need the exposure, and I don't mind stepping back. Like, what I tried to do, because it was going to be me, Bronto Thunder, and the other artist, we wanted to do 3 sets for Arteezy. But, I don't know, it just didn't work out, so we stepped away.
3 sets for Arteezy?
Yeah, it was gonna be like a bundle. That's what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to do like an RTZ bundle, but they had already gone way too far with like what they had planned and everything, so I couldn't get them to sway. So I was like, never mind. We'll just
Wow.
I'll just like stop doing it for RTZ, and they said, yeah.
Sounds
that's
like they
totally
missed
fine.
out, man. I mean, 3 sets?
Yeah. It was gonna be a Morphling set from Bronto, a Naga set from Thingo, or from me, and then another one from the other artist. But they were too far into like the original.
Oh, you should post your link to that set on the chat for people to check out and rate up if they like it too. And
So yeah, it was just a big miscommunication. That was just like everyone, like it wasn't anyone's fault. It was just a bad turn of events really. And we all just worked it out really easily, really simply, and really cleanly. I said, look, Arteezy, like I know this was originally for you, but can I offer this to Miracle because both your playstyles are quite similar in Naga Siren, and he really deserves the set. And he said, yeah, go for it. And so I went to Miracle and I said, look, I know this is kind of unorthodox, and this is usually how I would like to do this, but I have this Naga set. Would you like it in your name? And he's like, sure. So I'm like, sweet, I love you and you're awesome Naga Siren player. I was really happy to be able to help him out with this. So free money for him.
well, they'll be promoting it and everything, so hopefully they'll increase the lifespan of the set and help out.
Yeah. All he needs to do is wear it and tweet about it or whatever. It's like he doesn't even have to wear it. Just support him because he's awesome. His team's awesome, even though they didn't make it through the qualifiers. Sad. I was rooting for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Awesome.
Stop sharing now.
Any other secrets? You good?
Yep. I'm good.
Good. Awesome.
Secrets.
Secrets.
You have a giant Skype window on your stream.
Yeah. Danny's camera is broken. He's got his little dragon on. He'll catch on. It's all good. Thiago, man, let's take a look at your stuff, man. What you got?
Okay, sir. Can I share my screen?
Please.
I have my Dota open here. Share screen. See if it works. Is it working?
Yeah, it'll just load a few seconds for it to catch up. Good old Skype.
Skype.
Production value.
Production value. I'm running away with a courier here. Tell me when it's showing.
It's showing.
Adorable.
It's showing. It's just a little laggy. It'll clean up in a bit though. Oh, there it goes.
Okay,
yep.
sorry.
So this is an alliance set, right?
Yes. I have an A on the K, but it's subtle. It's not a gigantic A. Depends on the light. You can see the A.
Look at this. We get an in-game preview and everything. Go Thiago.
Yeah.
Thiago, you know what you could have done? You could have done the cape, like the end of the cape is like the A from the.
It's an A.
Or is it? Ah.
It's an A. Yeah, but it's not exactly
That's
the logo
epic.
because the logo is too spread. It would not look. I tried. It wasn't look fine in game. In the there's not. Yeah, you guys can see my mouse.
Yep.
That's straight. There's not the original color. The original color is blue. It's a side of vice bird. Bulldogs is still on the stream.
I don't
Because
know.
he uses the side of vice for you. That's
Let's find out.
little
Oh,
reference.
it's a sunrise stream.
And there's a
Yeah, Bulldog's in here.
so that's a reference to him. And there's an idol rare animation.
Go, shout out for Henrik. Awesome, dude.
Is it a rat?
Oh, I got some rats for you later. You watch.
No, there's no rare on this one. I need to wait. It's a variation. This golden color.
Oh, dude, you have to show the death animation.
Wait for it.
What?
How did you get it to do that?
It's a side of ice bird. It transforms into animals.
Is that his
They're
idol?
for animals. Huh?
Is that an idol?
Is that?
It's based on the set of Vice idea.
But is that an idol that's playing
like
on him?
Model.
Yeah, it's an idol. The idol transforms into another.
So
How
Anuxi,
did
the way he
you
did it
get
is he animated the guy to go below the ground, and then he spun that on a special effect that caused the model
yeah,
of the pig.
yeah, exactly that. And it's loading with a particle, so it works without passing the limit.
Oh, and the sheep? Really?
And
Wow!
The ship is it's on the game files, but it's not animated, so I rigged it animated.
Dude, you're crazy.
And there's this bird following him, and when it upgrades, oops, it turns into the mount.
So
Since this
that's
is
the
the-
best courier in the entire world.
That is fucking
Since
awesome.
this is the variation, it drops a little coins, but it's meant to be like the ultimate level of the courier. So it's like you get a golden bird that drops coins and things like that. This is the haste animation. It's not on the haste speed. It's like it's a little lag in my computer. I think it's the Skype at the same time.
Yeah, Skype is kicking your ass all day, man.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Alright.
Let's kill the courier. The best part.
No.
Oh, I love to kill them.
This is amazing. Like the amount of work that you've put into this is
Yeah.
beyond godlike, and it feels sad to know that you only get like it's like the valve split is like 25%. It's like it should be more for this much work. It's so much work.
Not to mention the alliance split.
Yeah, and then you have to split for the other.
Yeah, sure.
You know what? Even with
competing
that,
set,
he's gonna sell like cupcakes. He's gonna be good. He'll be fine. Don't worry.
we're fine.
Everybody's gonna win.
Manny,
out of this
may I
thing.
sell a
So good.
competing set of yours? This is my fault. Sorry.
Yeah, the 000 on the map always spawns crazy effect.
Yeah, it's because my particles are all messy, and I have a broken one. But this is the flying one. Let me explain first. The bird on the back, on the bottom, it flies around and goes over the courier when it dies. Let me show you. And both goes on the ground. And there's the ground one.
This was my favorite.
Yeah, there's the small bird. It's going to, let me get out of the axis. It's going to explode in feathers. And this guy's just going to die normally.
He just fucking face plants it. It's awesome.
So
And
It's
this guy
hilarious.
hits the head. Let me show again.
courier makes me happy.
I like killing couriers.
Dude, amazing job, Chago. Honestly, man, great job.
That's the biggest one I'm working. I'm doing other small ones.
Is that? Did you submit this one?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you for the
On
link.
Yeah, I need to start the presentation thing. Like video showing the animation. I need to show everything. That takes time.
Do you have your morphling
my-
particle effect?
Yeah, I have it. Let me reload the map.
You guys
I'm
gotta
also
see
working
this.
with, yeah, I'm working with Anuxi and Danidem on the morphling set. That should just show it. And it's ice themed, so there is a kind of icy smoke and some snow rotating around and creating from the limbs. So there's a trail. You can see there's some kind of snow trail.
Oh, this for you? This for your set, Anuxi?
Yeah,
The
Anuxi and Danidem.
Danidem.
And there's the waveform. There's ice.
Ooh.
What the fuck doesn't work? So there's the ice. It's creating the ice, and there's the it's melting into water after, and there's a lot of fog and snow being thrown.
See, it's like the reason why I like this particle so much is that it's not too distracting. Like it's subtle and it's different.
And you can
it's
tell
like,
that it's different under the eyes.
Yeah, it's not over the top. Like, it's easy to understand. It's very much in line with like a lot of the valve particle effects that you see, which are really nice. So I like it. I think it's really well done. And it hasn't even he hasn't even polished it yet. He just blocked it in. And was like, hey guys, what do you think?
It's all
like,
blocked. The ice is all blocked. No, but Anuxi and Danidem were giving a lot of good feedbacks, like that I should try to follow the same shape of the original one, like the same color. Yeah, it was different before. It was more white and it didn't have water.
Smaller.
Ice, and wasn't look too much as a waveform before. I think now it's better.
Yeah, it kind of looks a little bit more like Jakiro's Ice Path, and I think Danny brought that up. I was like, oh,
yeah, Danny said about the
Did Danny concept a hockey stick too for this guy?
What, sorry?
A hockey stick? Yeah.
There's no hockey in Dota.
No? Oh. So actually, I think I remember somebody doing a hockey stick on Tusk, and for an actual submission.
Yeah, it was a courier, I think, for Canadian Dota League.
Yeah, there's the courier.
Oh, was it a courier? Okay, I thought it was Tusk for some.
Yeah, but they changed it. They just submitted a new version.
Yeah, they just submitted a new one. Because they said there's no hockey in Dota. And I was like, oh.
God damn.
What are you working on, Manny?
Danny? Are you good, Jago? You have anything else to show, man?
I think yes.
Good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Is Danny still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I have to take care of my dad. I'm in... Okay. Can you see my screen?
It's going up right now.
Well, here is broken, but I'm working on a Lycan with...
Oh man!
Chaos. That is his really good 3D artist, like next level 3D artist. He worked for Darksiders and that kind of stuff.
Crystal Land is like amazing at creatures. She's
really good, like
just
really. And well, here, just snap. I don't have the what the fuck button enabled. Here is broken because we are testing the particles, and you can. Oh, wait! Stop! you can see here the model. I'm gonna show you the model now, but it's going to have glowy eyes. It's going to have a trail following the fire trail. A new decal for the ultimate. Yeah, but well, the texture here is broken for some reason because we are testing with override command, so we need to fix that. Here you can see how actually it looks. This is how it looks in game. And the Lycan is the set was finished like how much? 1 year ago. And Lycan is my favorite hero. Like so far, it's really my favorite hero. And I wanted to make something really special for this, but then TI3 came, then I had a lot of projects for Nexon, then these pads, Grim Lake, a lot of shit, and I didn't have a chance to finish this personal project. This is quite important for me. So now I can finish it. He has a wall from the solar pad.
That armor looks amazing, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just so
props to Crystal because she nailed it from the concept.
What's her name?
Crystal Land. And she's really good. I made the concept art and stuff, the true form, well, the concept art of the set.
Beautiful.
And I'm working on the loading screen right now. And it's going to come out with a trailer. Trailer that so far I think is the one I'm working most of my time went there when I had the time for it, and it's going to be a trailer about Lycan's lore, their natural enemies, like for example Night Stalker, Wraithkin, Well, I had a hard time with the combo because I wanted to make it really look nice. And now I'm kind of happy, but well, I think it's with time it will come out nicely. Like probably in 5 more days I'll have this finished, the loading screen, and I'm working on the trailer. Hold on, I stop sharing the screen for 1 second. I'm gonna give you a link to the video because it was.
Oh, you have a video already?
Well, yeah,
oh,
you can
cool.
see here the GIF of the true form. You have it on Skype, Manny.
Oh.
It's a GIF. And for the trailer, you can see this. It's a work in progress of an old work in progress right now is quite more advanced, but I don't have it rendered yet. Not either edited, so.
The GIF you're sending me, or?
What? Sorry.
The link you posted the G. Oh wait, there's a second one. Never mind.
Yeah, there are two screens, two GIFs, and I have for the tennis event.
You want me to put this on the big screen?
Yeah. And I made the Windrunner trailer as well, and the ending is the opening to the Lycan trailer. So when you see the Windrunner trailer up, that means that the Lycan is coming.
Nice camera work, man.
Thank you. Like there are a few frames there, but you know it's gonna take a lot of time to finish that kind of stuff. So yeah, like trailers are a huge amount of work, and well, yeah, it's gonna be kind of. I hope it pays off all the work thrown in this set.
Always does.
I'm gonna play it one more time.
Yeah, it's fine. And I had this Windrunner trailer. That this is not the final one because I didn't upload it, the final one to YouTube yet. But hopefully soon. TM.
Gorgeous, man.
I'm gonna share with you the link right now. There you go. There is not finished. I improved a lot of stuff. Added.
And what is? Oh, the Windrunner?
Yeah, for the Windrunner set I made with Hunter for the tennis event. I made it was supposed to be a quick one, but the thing is, the Lycan was going to be my next step in trailers, like a huge jump in terms of quality, and not that one. And I learned a lot with these past trailers I've been doing in the meanwhile. So yeah, the new intro and stuff. You can pass the credits like for the 20 seconds because I added a lot of images between the credits now.
Too late.
So
Already watched them.
Too bad.
Bad. Oh, look at those highlights.
Yeah.
Horsey butt.
I have to. I made new stuff there, but well, still that's pretty decent.
Sparkly bow.
Yeah. No, there are no quick ones. Never quick ones.
To stand off.
It always take time. Yeah.
Reveal yourself. Thinking Gandalf right here. Nice, dude.
Thank you. The thing is, this set is already in the store, so you know, I like doing this kind of stuff. Like, makes me happy, you know.
Oh, it's already in the store, and like it's for sale.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. You want to throw a link out? And start your camera again.
The store. Nah, I got nothing more to show, I think. Like that I can show at least. So hold on, maybe I have here Mushi. Hold on, I'm gonna search for it.
Mushi.
Give me 20 seconds to find it.
Yeah. All right.
You can have 26.
Thiago's gonna entertain us with his stat hunter.
I have the red on my camera.
He's gonna dance for us.
This one is quite old, like even older than the Lycan, but I wanted to reuse it and improve it in a few days. I think turned it out nice. Whenever I find it, someday I think. But well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, and my priority right now is finishing the Lycan as soon as possible, and well, the Morphin is already there, so yeah. Where are you? Where are you?
You see that Windrunner set? Hunter did an amazing job on that bow. Like when you showed it to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Hunter, I think
A
Hunter is
magician.
my
The low poly of
And-
that bow is amazing.
Hunter is I think my favorite 3D artist in terms of the style and the work quality is up there. There you go with the. I'm gonna throw the link here
Throw in the chat, man.
in the chat. Okay. Here. That's Musis Lanaya.
Those are petals, not feathers. Right? Flower petal.
Yeah, petals all around. So yeah, it's on the works, and hopefully, yeah, it was done some time ago, like a long time ago, but didn't have a chance as well. So there you go. That's for Mushi.
That makes it look more
That's-
like an assassin.
Yeah, like Tempera Assassin, you know. And that's all the stuff I have in progress. Again, I'm looking forward to finish the Lycan because it's for me it's kind of stressing to take all projects.
What's your ETA on that, man? I was looking. A lot of people are gonna want that.
The what? Sorry.
What's your ETA on the release for it?
This month after TI, before TI. Sorry, before TI. Before TI is going to be released, like I'm crunching like 10 hours a day now, 10, 11 hours a day, to finish it as soon as possible, because I really want it to release like the 2015 because it's there, like the set is done. It's just the illustration, the icons, and the loading screen, and I'll be done. So yeah. I mean, so looking forward to finish it. You know, like my favorite character, and I want to give a lot of love to this set. So
Cool, dude. Awesome. Okay.
Thank
So,
thank you.
yeah, no, man. Thank you, man. That was awesome. A lot of people, you guys excited a lot of people with the videos, man. You're getting really good with the lighting and the camera work. Definitely a really good skill to have for your marketing, man. Okay, so me, I'm working on like a whole bunch of, working like on 4 things at the same time, and I was jumping around between an Nake's model, a Lifestealer, a Nature's Prophet, Gorilla Treant, which I swear it's pretty much done.
I was going to gorilla.
Is it? Is it?
Hey, I'll show that in a second, but here, I'll share my screen right now. This is the Nake's model that I started. It's a mummy Nake's.
That's quite amazing.
So cool.
You guys are seeing because I'm delayed. My stream is delayed.
And he's gonna have 2 styles, and he's only got 4 items, I think, for the set. So I figured 1 style would be okay for this guy. So you'll be able to put the Hand of Midas on his back, or Heart of Tarrasque breaking out of an urn.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
We're gonna go some nifty effects with that as well. And the chains were replaced by some loose wraps, and those will animate and everything. So that.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
this because it's like more organic. Like it shows more of his fleshy side as like a ghoul and stuff like that. It makes a lot of sense, and it's just really well done. So, yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Thanks. Yeah, I think he'll stand out because I think everybody's doing like armor and like spikes and things like that. Like you said, yeah, it does speak out more to like the mummy and the ghoulish, zombie-ish kind of feel for him. And we did an armlet that he's always has on, but it's a little bit hidden by one of his wraps because I didn't want to make it super obvious and take away from the set. The idea of the set is the mummy, not the items. So I kind of like hid it a little bit with some bandages, but here's the custom armlet that's all battle damage and whatnot. Decimated version for the Zebra. Yeah, that's him. My ZBrush is actually being a bit of a shit, and it's not loading any files. Because I finished the headpiece in ZBrush for him already. I think we're close to finishing. Let me see if ZBrush cooperates.
How do you guys find working on multiple projects at the same time?
Oh my god.
Kills me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard.
Is it just me?
It's hard. No, it's.
Why
I mean,
people
it's
do
good
that,
for
right?
creativity because you come back to something, you're like, oh shit, like I didn't think, you start seeing it a little bit different, and then you can change it and you improve things on it. But at the same time, trying to finish like 3, 4, 5 things at the same time, it puts a lot of weight on your shoulders. I find. I don't know about you guys.
I try to avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, I should.
I think that's sorry by saying that. I think that sometimes it's stupid by doing that, but it's impossible to not do. At least on my side, it's impossible to not start something in the middle of the other. Like, I don't know. I feel stupid by doing that, but I do a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's manageable if you can sort of set milestones, like mini milestones, like say, okay, for the Mirana set, I know that I'm going to do a morphling set, so as long as I finish the Mirana high poly before I start the morphling, then it's a good starting point for when I return to it. Whereas if I just finished it halfway through the high poly, then it's like half the high poly is going to be bad and half the high poly is going to be like good because of all the experience I just gained from the next project that I worked on in between.
Yeah, I think that works with organized people. Not
Wow.
Cool.
Not really. I cannot set milestones like that. Oh, that's looking really nice, Manny.
So yeah, there's just some detail here on the wraps here and there, and what I was trying to do was push a little bit of a facial expression by using the wraps. So once I bake that out, I think we'll get a nice little. Some of those guys will stand out, and you'll see some angriness coming through the wraps, even though you can't see his face. So that was my idea behind it. So now I just have to do the other 5 items on ZBrush and push across. But I'm gonna have to get back to this on after 4 because my plate is beyond TI4. But I'm pretty excited for this next set.
Really, boss? Really, boss?
Okay, so here's the infamous Gorilla Treant.
Oh, really?
Have you not seen it at all, Anuxi?
This is like the unicorn. I thought it's just fable.
It doesn't. It's like the white elk. You see it the rare time, but you're not sure if it's real.
I haven't seen it, so.
You haven't seen it?
I've just heard rumors of it.
Oh, shut up.
Nah. Unnecessary giving shit.
That's good.
Like, that sucked, man. When you said, like, all 4 of your hard drives died, I was like, oh, dude.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
even imagine.
Yeah, so that happened last year, like, what was it?
Right
Near the end of
after
last year, after the International? No, before the after the International. I had a whole Phantom Lancer sets already almost, near done. And 4 of my high drives got fried by a faulty power supply. 4 of them out of 5 that I had. So I lost the PL stuff, I lost my Treant ZBrush stuff that was pretty much done, along with a whole bunch of other projects that I had. So it took me, I sent their hard drives to one of those labs so they can try and rip it apart. Spend hundreds of dollars on for I think 5 months they were trying to rip shit out of them. And they couldn't. They replaced the head pieces on them. They tried putting other pieces from other hard drives on them so they could try and clone it. They sell the information, but they couldn't clone it, so they couldn't pull it out. After 5 months of trying, I was like, you know what, we're pulling the plug on these guys. And yeah, they died along with a lot of projects that I had to redo for Dota and some other shit that I had. That really slowed me down for my Dota items and such. back on track, and this guy is pretty much done. I mean, Chiago did some awesome animations for this guy, so all that's left to do for this guy is polish up the textures a little bit. They're not quite finished yet. Do the masks, marketing piece, and this guy should be...
Manny,
Hey.
leave.
Who concepted this? It's amazing.
Oh yes, of course. No, don't worry, Danny. Then we're gonna leave you out.
No. I was going to tell you that the leaf on the top wasn't like that.
No, actually, I changed a few sections. So actually, let me tell you the guys the story. We were at the international, and we were like, hey, you know, Danny's like, hey, let's work together on this thing. Absolutely. So we started throwing ideas back and forth at the internet, and we had like a big monster that was gonna be a profit tree. And it was more like this, I don't know, we started with like, and then I had the idea, I said, let's make it a gorilla, like a silverback kind of thing. So let's throw some grass over his back, really furry arms, and we started, you know, Danidem took that and started making this really sweet concept, and we kept refining it, going back and forth, until we had the final, or close to final concept. And then from that concept, I picked out things that I felt would work better for the model, and you know, sculpted them in and changed them as I went across the model, and came to this close to finals gorilla set. So yeah, it's almost there. When I'll definitely put up the concept piece when we submit it to the workshop, and I really love the concept piece as well from Danidem.
Does he have balls?
No, but he's got a bare butt. Does that count? Bare butt? No, you want the balls?
No. Gotta have balls.
That's your bag, Anuxi. I'll leave that to you.
This one was going to be the first treant on the workshop.
With balls?
No, the first treant, I think, on the workshop.
It was gonna be?
Yep.
Yeah, well.
We started before.
Yeah, it died, unfortunately. Late last year.
Took some time.
Okay, and I guess quick little gonna show the Lone Druid. So this Lone Druid is for Admiral Bulldog for the Alliance. We're a partnership with the Alliance, and the idea that we're trying to push across is that he's a captured prisoner Lone Druid. And this is the in-game model of the Lone Druid with all his shackles. This in-game, so just go. For those of you see shackles, locks across the belt, or across the belt, he's gonna have one. Arms, the biceps around his neck, a big shoulder piece that'll have secondary animation for it. And got his new dagger that he summons, so he can summon an infinite amount of these, and those are the ones that he throws in game. So we'll have a nice green effect for it and some runes on it and whatnot. I'll show you guys that on ZBrush real quick. And of course, we have some rats that he keeps on his back, that he captured when he was imprisoned. So his captures are trying to keep him from turning to the Lone Druid form, because they know that he's ultra powerful when he does that. So I'll show you guys the true form next. But here you can see on his beard, he's got a little incense bits that he attached to his beard. So the reason he did that is that when he turns into true form, he becomes a menace, and he doesn't want to kill innocent people. So he uses the smell to mask the smell of people, so he doesn't attack innocent people and kill them. So he's conscious about how dangerous he can be. That was a little thing that I added for the lore, and at the same time it'll add a nice little trail in game of incense flying up from his beard. I think it'll be a nice touch. And here is the true form. You guys can see his shackles are going to be ripped up. Some of them are half hanging on there. Some of them are going to be spawned as special effects when he turns, and they're going to like bounce off the ground and whatnot. It's going to look really cool when he transforms. The little rats will go running, and so you can see his shackle around his neck got busted up in half, but it's still on there. And his incense little bits are still going to be in there, of course, as well as the...
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
I like the weight. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lot bulkier because I like one of the items for the Lone Druid. You guys can see is I remodeled a huge shirtless Lone Druid on top of his actual body. So he's actually like this ripped up younger Lone Druid. So when I did the bear, I wanted to that to push across to be a bulkier, stronger bear. Okay, so then there's the bear form real quick. So this one's not ZBrush yet, but I'll show you guys the ZBrush for the. Or the red colors are my mirrored stuff for the mesh. Here you can see the big bulky bear, the big claws, his chains. They'll have secondary animation as well. And we threw in this kind of like captured gladiator restraining mask on the bear that does a shout out for Admiral Bulldog and for the Alliance. So what we did is the top of the mask and the nose of the bear actually create the underjaw for the rest of the bulldog shape. It was kind of clever, I thought.
That's cool.
Little spikies kind of do that shout out again for the bulldogish kind of vibe for it, but still keeps it a bear. Because at first I actually wanted to do like this kind of like stone beast that resembled more of a bulldog, but Valve Valve discussed it on their end and they said that we have to keep it a bear. It can be any bear, but it's got to be a bear
lore.
for themselves.
The lore, man.
Yeah.
The lore.
The lore. Yeah. So we couldn't do the stone beast that I wanted, but I think this is gonna be just as good. This is gonna be great. I'm really excited for this. And I'll just show you guys the ZBrush real quick.
I really like the idea of the body, that you made a new body for him.
Oh, the torso?
Yeah, I really like that.
Oh, thanks.
It's really nice. And it's really clever the way that you make the cuts using the metal piece.
Yeah, I hide
nice.
them. I hide them with the metal pieces.
Yeah. Because I tried that before, like long ago with Beastmaster, and oh my god, that's so hard to do. Fit with the make the skin work, and the way you did is amazing.
Thank you, Chago. Appreciate it. Alright, so here's the ZBrush for his hair and his braids, and there's some pieces missing which I'm gonna grab actually from the true form and just reuse the texture because there's no point in doing it twice. It's the same guy that gets turned over. So the little instant things, that stuff's gonna be brought across. The chains, the locks, all those guys will be brought across from the Lone Druid true form that I'll show you guys in a second. But there's that. There's his neck shackle, his torso all ripped up, and a little bit on the skinny side because he's a captured druid as well. So I didn't want to make him just completely bulky. I wanted to show his ribcage a little bit, and also the fact that he's been tortured. So he's got lashes and scars all across his back and across his front. Now the really tough part was having him. This is mirrored because the texture size is 256 by 256. So getting the entire torso to fit on there, I had to mirror and get really clever about fitting that and the neck piece into the same UV, and it's a really small texture. So that was a bit of a challenge, but I think even the mirroring here is going to work out fine.
Show the UV.
What's that?
Show the UV for us.
Show the UVs? Oh, yeah, I can show you.
I'd like to see how you manage to make everything fit on the texture. Because sometimes the textures, the texture limit are really hard to get.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I like the square or I hate the square ones. I don't know.
The square?
Yeah, because some textures are square, some textures
are
rectangular.
the rectangle to the square.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know which
absolutely.
one I prefer. Sometimes I just hate some of them.
Oh, for long objects, I prefer the rectangles, but for
because you don't have to cut it up that way.
They don't have a lot of long pieces, then it's square. Good.
So here's the UVs for the chest and the chain. And one trick that I tried to push across when I'm streaming is whenever you have say this piece right here, this whole inside area is being wasted. I mean, I couldn't just cut it out because the poly count is cheaper if I just push it across. But when you do that, you lose UV space because that middle space is going to be wasted. So what I like to do is I throw other UV pieces in there because you're never going to see them. That head's always going to be there hiding it. So I tend to throw things like this on there, or use other pieces that go over top of those other pieces and reuse that UV space instead of just throwing it away, and at the same time saving poly counts.
Yeah, I like to do that too.
So that's a nice, neat little trick for anyone that gets wants to get their UVs a little bigger and get the resolution higher.
Everything, right?
Mm-hmm. And I did that across for all this, like for this chains, the rats. I put the rats with these two rats go with one brace and the bracers up, and then the weapon goes with the third rat.
The rats are with the weapon. Okay.
Well, I couldn't fit. Yeah, I couldn't fit. All the rats into the polycan for everything. So I did tons of like brainstorming and managing, trying to fit all 3 rats to go across with different items, and it worked out. And I squeezed the crap out of UVs as well, and mirrored some crazy stuff. But we got them out. Really happy that the 3 rats worked instead of just having 1. So yeah, actually it works out at the same time because sometimes you get like bracers, and people are like, oh, they're not excited about getting a drop for a bracer. But one of these rats will actually come with the bracers. So kind of like brings up
nice
the value on them a little bit.
bracers.
I think. Yeah, I think that's a nice little touch.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think I did a similar thing with Windrunner. I put her quiver. I put some leg feathers on the quiver, and I put some hand feathers and arm feathers or something. The braces, so that they did a bit more.
Oh, nice.
Than...
So you bring it across even because you're probably low on poly count as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's super clever. So here's the ZBrush that we did last night. And I don't know, I was just testing out the runes. I couldn't get the runes, so I need to, I don't know, either redo the runes or make them more, I don't know, bigger. I don't know. They just need some work. We'll finish this up tomorrow night
I
or tonight.
really like that rat. Can you close up the rat, Manny?
The what?
The rat. Can you make a close up of the rat?
The rap?
Rat. Rata.
Oh, the rat. Oh, yeah. Let me go back to the rat. Sorry, man.
That's fine.
Yeah, I guess I didn't show the rat. I'm just so used to seeing this thing that I was skipping through a lot of parts of it. I don't want to take too much time either. There's a little rat dude. So yeah, I only did half of it. The other mirrored side, I'll just, it's gonna get mirrored, so I didn't bother wasting polys on it or having the mirror be perfect on it on ZBrush. I'll just pull that across in Photoshop, and also bring all that detail into the other rats as well. I'll be able to do different textures because it's in a different UV map for the bracers and for the weapon. 2 different rats.
It's really cool.
Okay, and last but not least, I have the true form version of the lone. Here somewhere. I saved tons of files just in case shit crashes or my hard drives die or that always happens to me. So here's a lone druid. True form.
Oh, Manny, let me ask something. We are going to have a question and answer section.
Oh, what was it?
No, it's on the chat. It's a really nice one.
Oh,
About clipping.
I'll have to scroll up, I think. Is it far up?
Yeah, no, it's not much. If we are going to have one, we could answer that, or at least talk about that.
What does the lone druid have to do with rats? Is that the one?
No, it's from NME.
Oh, enemy. How much do artists concern themselves with how the items will clip and penetrate into existing sets for the hero?
I think that's a good one.
As long as you stay somewhere close with the initial set, the default set, I think that's safe grounds. Anything else that someone else has made, you can't concern yourself with that because then you're gonna have to check. Like eventually, just way too many sets to make everything happy and nothing clip with one another. Just stay something close with the default set and you'll be fine. And if you're trying to get clever and do something like, if an item doesn't have a headpiece and you're using the shoulder piece for the head, that's never going to penetrate into anything on the shoulder or any other item, in the braces or anything. So at that point, you're fine. Just don't take over spaces that might be like right over the brace of something else when you're trying to do a headpiece. So as long as you keep those rules in mind, I think you're going to be fine.
All I concern myself is, does it clip with the original items? Does it clip with the hero? Is the clipping only happening at the apex of, say, the flail animation, which no one really looks at?
No one cares about
it's in the heat of battle, they don't really care. But I've had feedback from Valve saying, oh, it's clipping, like her foot's clipping through this sheet.
Really?
At the flail, and I'm like, what?
About the flail, really?
Yeah, it was on my Mirana mount. Her foot was clipping with the fabric on the mount, and I was like,
It's because they wanted to make the it's legendary, right? Yeah, they want to make a legendary perfect.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense, but yeah.
If you're going to check the animations, the most important are like the idle, running, and attack animations. If you check those, it's fine. And depend on the hero, the skills, but normally the skills call too much attention that you're not going to check the hero itself.
Yeah. Usually animations for the skills get overridden by the particle effects and stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I don't know if Shiver is still in here. I'm sure Admiral's still in here, but we have a little S over the lock that might have gotten inscribed in there. I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, I see what you
The
did
key
there.
to Shiva's heart.
Aww.
I see what you did there.
Uh-huh.
Cabron.
Cabron.
Cabrones. We need t-shirts for TI form for that.
Yeah,
Alright,
cabron.
I have a Phantom Lancer to show, but we can do that next week. I showed 3 things already, that's good. We'll show some Phantom Lancer next week and some other new stuff from panel as well. So, alright, that was, wow, that was good show and tell. We went through a lot.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness. This is running pretty long. We're on 2.5 hours right now, so let's just skip to the Q&A. Next week we'll do games we're playing. We'll do a spotlight on the live workshop. Just talk about that super quick right now. The liveworkshop.com. We have past shows on there. We'll put all the artist panels on there as well, and we'll then do tutor shows. So I grabbed somebody's model that they asked me to help them out with the design or the edge loops or the texture for it, and I do a show about it, and I fix it up during the live stream. And I explain, the things that they can improve for the design, edge loops, textures, whatever it is that needs help with. I try and help them out, give it back to them, and hopefully help them try and get it into the game.
Alright,
So here it is at LiveWorkshop.com, a quick one of the tutor shows that we did for Enemy, actually, for his Elder Titan. Beginning Elder Titan set there, and we fix up a bit of the model and the textures. So you guys can check that out at LiveWorkshop.com, and we'll be doing some more tutor shows and try and help other people out at the same time. So if you want to be part of that, just go on the forums, post that you're interested in being part of the show until we get a better system for submissions, and that will work out great. Okay, let's just jump over to the Q&A, and next week we'll do the rest of the topics. We're running way over time. And Anuxi, what do you got there? Let's talk about that, because that's super cool.
So
I won this.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it made. Ryan actually got these and contacted and organized it all, but he got a Beaver Knight made for him, and 4 Shagbarks that I'm gonna give to each of the Shagbark team members at TI. This is made
Awesome.
by a French lady. We commissioned it back in a long time ago.
Let's see the Shagbark.
I've got it all wrapped up. I wasn't gonna open them.
Okay, no, it's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till like we all get together and then we all open them together and it'll be
Okay.
fun. So yeah. I don't know why my camera doesn't.
I like surprise.
Yeah, 4 surprises.
Yeah. So yeah, it's so cool. So shout outs to her. I'll tweet about it anyway. She's awesome.
Awesome. Alright, so I don't know if you guys have the chat open for the stream, but let's just do a quick Q&A before we all get out of here and go enjoy the rest of the night. Go play some Dota, go make some items, whatever it is. But if the chat has any questions for anybody on the panel, right now is the time, and we'll try and answer them as best we can.
Ooh.
And there's a 30-second delay, so you have to wait for some of the questions, but I'm sure there'll be some. Someone will have some questions.
I have a question. What do you think about the whole boobs debate?
The boobs for enemy set?
Just like for characters that have armor plating,
Oh,
and then you replace the armor plating with a custom model that gives them boobs or cleavage or some kind of fan service. Like I put balls on stuff. I call that fan
Yeah.
service.
I had some problems with that already. Even my wife was
What?
fighting with me. Yeah, because I put boobs on Phantom Assassin, and she was.
you know what, dude, man? Valve did it
Really?
first.
To be like that.
My lord.
Valve did it first, man. On Crystal Maiden, they updated her to have bigger boobs and more cleavage, and I think they did it for Lena as well. If they didn't do it for Lena, I know they did it for Crystal Maiden. Hey, man, if Valve did it, you guys can't complain about Oz doing it. It's changing the model a little bit. Why would you complain about the cleavage? Come on.
Really?
I
Who would you
actually-
complain about
I have no
something,
problem
right?
about it. I'm just do what you want to do, and if everyone like it and Valve like it, then it's like.
Hey, Join Red has a question. How much do you like boobs?
I like boobs a lot.
Yeah. Okay, we got one vote for boobs. Thiago, do you like boobs?
I'm more Brazilian. Brazilian like prefer butts.
Oh, you like the big butts?
Yeah.
All right, so
Big.
that's
Big.
1 out of 2 votes, surprisingly.
The question is tricky. The question is tricky because it might be man boobs. So, well.
No, that's man boobs. If you say boobs, it's girl boobs.
If you ask, yeah,
Oh,
boobs
no.
are fine. Yeah, boobs.
I have to agree
Boobs.
with Thiago. I think butts override boobs, in my opinion. Like you
I prefer
can't like.
boobs.
You look at a really nice butt, it's like, oh, so nice. And you look at like a nice pair of tits, it's like, oh yeah, it's like, it's cool.
Boobs
I
are-
think it's really cool.
You know, boobs.
Yeah, punch-
It's like, yeah, boobs are fine.
And we're in high school again.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Use
I'm a
my-
boob guy, so I gotta go boobs, man. That's my vote. Boobs, hands down, or hands up, or hands. Like, I don't know, man. I'm a boob guy. First of all, see, yeah, Elaine's got it right. Nobody hates boobs. Boobs are gonna. Everybody likes boobs. Nobody hates boobs ever.
Yeah, I know a lot of female players who play like, well, from data collection when I used to work on MMOs, like a lot of female players like their characters to be sexy so they could feel good when they play the characters. And like, that's like some of the population, and then some of them want them to be covered up. It's like, as long as you have the choices, I don't think there is any reason to be angry about one or the other, because it's all about options. And people can just choose.
Exactly, you can just take it up for another item. You don't have to use it. It's not a complete set that they're forcing you to use if you like the other items, right? Good point.
So I'm all about like just options and stuff. Like a lot of people are like, oh, but how like you're not being really creative. You're just putting boobs on the whatever. I'm like, it's like I don't know.
Another question is which heroes will we like to see remodel it, remake it?
Ooh.
My candidates are
Okay, you cannot repeat.
What? Sorry.
You cannot repeat. Say one and we say the other.
Ah, okay. I got many. Well, mainly I think Sladar or Ancient Apparition.
Okay.
I was gonna say ancient apparition.
Oh.
I was gonna say Zeus, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna remake him anyways. So.
Dude, I've been told like since like this time last year. I talked to Malini like ages ago, and I said, dude, I want to do like a set for you. Who do you want? And he's like, I want Zeus.
Yeah.
But Valve told me that they're remodeling him, and this is like in February 2013. Okay, sweet.
Like Shadow Fiend is going to be remade.
Yeah.
Mine, I prefer. I think Viper need a remodel.
And Shadow Fiend's getting a remodel, yeah.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend is getting, but since last year, right?
We saw
Right,
it.
you guys-
Also, Draw Ranger needs a huge remodel.
Yeah.
Because the draw is quite a pain to make stuff for her, mainly because the base model has a shitload of armor and
The base model is not that base, right?
there's no base, you know.
The default stuff stays there the whole time, is what you guys are saying.
There's no like a white canvas like it could be with the spirits. Like you can undress the wall spirits. Like with Bloodseeker, you can mostly make him nude, like without nothing, just the base model, you know, like a Barbie. When you take off all the dress for the Barbie, and you can remake stuff for the Barbie. With Draw, that doesn't happen. It's not a base model. It's just full of armor and shit, and you don't have freedom to create stuff.
One that's a little hard like that is, I think, is Anti-Mage, that he have this skirt. It's not that big skirt, a small one. It's attached to his wrist. It's a little hard to work with that too. But it's better. It's better than Draw.
Yeah, I think some of the major ones obviously is Slaughter, Draw Ranger, Ancient Apparition, but don't forget also Jakiro, Leshrac, Troll Warlord. It's like, what?
Troll Warlord is
Ah,
fine.
Troll is fine.
The Shrek? I don't know. I think the Shrek just needs some cool items.
Whoa. Leshrac is like just his base model. It's like his ears deform. I mean, his
Oh.
shoulders deform with the ears, and like
Oh,
it's just
okay.
really weird.
I haven't
There's some
looked.
weird
Okay.
interactions with it.
Yeah.
And Chen, I want his mount to be merged with his armor.
Yeah, actually,
Chen.
yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a new Chen, actually. Oh, Clinks. You know, I mean, I don't really care about Clinks too much, but I think Clinks could use a remodel more than anybody. It's just so busy you can't see the shapes too much from a distance. You have to be pretty zoomed in to see the cool detail on him. So I think I think out of anybody, I think he needs it the most. Because I think Slardar does need something, but it's mostly just the jaw and the face. The rest of the body's fine for him. So I can't choose him just for that. Shadow Fiend.
like
Well, Shadow Fiend should come out at the same time as Suze, I'm sure. I don't know. They keep talking about that one too, so who knows?
He's not in the model rework, so he's not in his choices for model rework.
Can you guys please say which of you use the workshop importer and which of you use a third-party compiler and why?
What?
He's
Sorry.
importer.
What's that, Anuxi? You use the regular importer?
Yeah, I'm too dumb to learn anything else.
I use the regular importer as well. I mean, I'm not I know a little bit of like technical stuff, like technical artistry, but I kind of hate it. So I usually use the regular importer as well. No, Thiago uses the custom shit.
I don't like much the default compiler. I don't know. I like to test my model, like put my high poly model inside Dota and check the silhouette before start working. I like having the power to change everything that I want. And
you can do a little bit of both too, though. I mean, you can compile it with the importer once, and then just keep uploading the textures, and then load it. You know, just load a Dota map with the console, and then you do that way too. So there's kind of like 3 ways.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I gotta use it with the old method, and I like that one. Like keeping the power to change everything that I want. I can put sound. I can put particles. I can.
Use Crowbar, right?
What? Sorry. No, I started using Crowbar now, but just the compile.
Okay.
But I use a program called MDL. No, it's GUI Studio MDL. GUI Studio MDL. I'm right on the chat. It's the one that I use to compile. And some text editors. Not that hard.
Predictions for winners for the TI4. Anuxi, we're gonna skip you. Fnatic. Okay, Tvidotto?
I don't know. It's hard to say. As Danidem said, there's a lot of good
so many good teams, man.
Yeah.
So many teams stepping it up. You know, like EG, they're playing amazing. DK, oh my god. IG even, you know, they've come back.
I know, but Fnatic will wreck all of them.
Alliance is on the way back up as well.
Yeah. One thing that I want is the same kind of final we had last year. Like best of 5 teams, both teams winning. That was amazing. That was really, really nice to watch.
We really need the cool thing here is that we don't know who's gonna win. Like it's super hard to see a clear winner. That's a cool thing on this TI that anybody can win. Anything can happen. Titan. People is not talking too much about Titan, but Titan is quite strong. Korean guys. North American rejects that now are Navi and
Narvi.
So there's a lot of quite potential.
Yeah, Navi's consistent. They're always up there.
Mouse is quite strong. I don't know. I mean, it's like
it's gonna be a hell of a show, man. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, it's going to.
Somebody was asking about your Naga set, Anuxi, but I'm just gonna tell them to watch a replay of the show. We'll have the replay at LiveWorkshop.com. You can watch the replay of the artist panel if you guys came in later. But she already answered that question, so just watch the show and you'll. She goes into detail about it, so you can find that out then. People won. Oh, Empire is doing good. Cloud9, yeah. Cloud9 is in, right? Yeah.
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 Fnatic's gonna wreck all of them.
I posted a question on the chat. I don't know if you guys saw. It was like 10 minutes ago.
The hardest stuff we're working on?
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
What's the hardest item you guys ever made?
It's nice to remember, I think.
I know, because you're like, oh my god, I fucking hate that thing now, but...
Queen of Pain TPL evolving set, the first ever evolving set.
Oh god, I don't even want to do evolving stuff.
My head. Like Don knows my field because like he did the Dragon Knight set right after, and he was like I sent him all my QOP files. I sent him like I was like on call for him, and he was like, "How do you do this? Like help!" And like we were just like, "Oh man, both of us died making those two models."
He hated that so much that his next set was like 1 year after from Decay.
Yeah, it
like
it destroyed me for like 3 weeks, and it destroyed him for like 3/4 of a year. Like, and the poor dude didn't get anything out of his because TPL got booted, and the thing. Oh, I was like, just
that's right.
And it was wrecked. So I'm really excited about his Father of Dragons set being re-released. No more evolutions, it's just a straight thing, and like mad props to the dude for actually like going back to a set that caused you so much pain and like redoing it and fixing it and then resubmitting it. Like I could never have done what he did. It's insane. Yeah. Evolving sets suck.
What is better?
Even Night was hard.
And now other sets.
Sorry, go on.
Evolving.
Even Beaver Knight was really hard. Like doing like even though like oh man, it was just evolving stuff sucks. Like that's all I'm gonna say.
I've always felt that way. That's why I never jumped into trying to create any of them. First of all, I think of it as a player. If I bought a set and I was like, oh, I have to evolve this to make it look like the coolest thing it is, it's like I don't want to. I just paid money for this. I want to get the cool look right away. And then there's the second side of it. You have to create 3 times the amount of work. Well, maybe not 3 times, but you multiply it maybe at least once. Right. It goes across the models, even if you reuse parts of the texture or whatever, or the mesh even. But even then, like you're doing a lot of work for very little payoff, and even for some players do not even like that shit. Just like, hey, just give me the cool shit. I paid money for it. So that's why I don't do evolving stuff.
Yeah, I think the evolving thing gets other kind of players there's a lot of people that like to grind thing and to show how awesome they are in game, and there's some people that prefer spending money, there's some people that prefer grinding and spending their time, so works for a different public, I think. But I agree, it's really hard to do, and it's not just amount of work, but sometimes it's much more stressful, like managing your texture, managing your UVs, and making everything fits, and all the stages fitting out. That's so stressful. That's really stressful sometimes. I think that's the problem. It's not just the amount of work, but the stress that you get by doing that.
Yeah, the micromanagement of the whole workflow is just, I don't know. It's not relaxing.
To say the least. Wow. There's a really good question. Or maybe let me just throw the question out, and you guys can answer. If you guys still answering the last question, you guys come back to your hardest model. But the next question will go before it gets lost in the chat is what's better, to do low poly first or high poly first? So, but finish what your hardest model so far. Okay,
mine was the Lone Druid set. I started in December, I think. It took 4 months to be finished, but I remade that one like 3 or 4 times from scratch. I had that idea like months before, and I was evolving in my head the idea, and when I started doing it, didn't work. It didn't, and I redone like a lot of times. It was really stressful to do, but I really like the result right now. It's much better than what I started, but in the end it was like 4 months, not 4 months straight working, but it was 4 months working on that set. Really glad to be finished.
Came out great, man. Worth it. You're probably like, fuck that, I'm never doing that again. No, it came out great, man. And it's the first set that you start doing special effects for, right? You said?
I think yes. I learned it a lot.
So there's a huge learning curve there that you tackled while making the set, and you're doing Lone Druid. So on top of that, Lone Druid is one of the sets that has the most amount of work out of any hero out there, I think. As you guys can think of another one.
And I also decided to make it evolving, so I made 3 true forms.
Okay, that was stupid, man. I would never fucking Lone Druid set.
I agree. All of them have blend shapes, so all of them have.
Oh, that's right. You did blend shapes too.
I did.
Oh my god.
Dude, what the fuck? You dug your own grave, man.
I can test it talking. It's really nice.
I don't think anyone can top that story. That's ridiculous.
Oh god, that was a lot of work. A lot of work.
Yeah,
but
like that shit, man.
What about you, Danny?
I think it was Pats for Dandy.
The
I
Pudge.
think so because yeah.
Even harder than the
because,
Lycan?
Bronto. Shout out to Bronto. I was working with Bronto. on
Bronto
the-
Thunder, awesome artist, really nice guy.
Yeah, amazing.
Shout out.
Really nice guy. We were working on it, and we had almost the set done. This was by November, something like that. And then Valve, without letting us know, they changed patch model. They changed the base model. They changed some of the, and the patch we had done was like, no, this is so bad compared with what we can do now. So we had to remake the set like 3 times, and it was quite stressing. Also, it's really hard to make something for Pats. Like if you make something around the neck or something working with him,
I know
it
this.
clicks everywhere because yeah, you know.
I know
well,
this.
Manny, because you made your Mad Harvester Pats. He doesn't have neck. Pats doesn't have neck, so you
No,
can
his
make
neck is
shit.
down here, his shoulders are up
Yeah.
here, and his back.
Yeah, I know, but his anatomy is not up for a cool design. It's super hard to make something for Pats. I already had to fight with doing stuff for Pats on the previous set, the Old Chopper, but this one was quite hard to do. Also, the pressure about doing something for free to play, for then the most played hero for the player that is well known for player Pats is quite a big deal, like super, a lot of stress there, and we're really worried to make something that everybody like it. The best part for me was doing the Dandy doll. Like it was like, well, what about doing the Dandy doll? And everybody liked it, and we were quite happy about it. So yeah,
Everybody does love it. Yeah.
it paid off, but it was quite stressing, and we were really tired at the end of that set. Like, man, I want to rest for 1 week because we were rushing stuff, a lot of chains that Valve requested, a lot of stuff, and well, it ended up being really nice, but also really frustrating sometimes.
Hey man, I'm sure it paid off, right? I mean, that thing was sold at top sellers for a very long time, so I'm sure it paid off, man. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Anuxi, did you
Yeah, I said
Sure,
the
right.
cop set.
oh right, your revolving set. Yeah, we went about
Next.
it. Okay, great.
Next question.
Yeah.
Did you decide yours?
Sorry?
Did you decide yours?
No, I haven't said mine. Mine.
Okay.
The Phantom Lancer was a pain in the ass because I had to redo him because I lost all that work with the hard drives. But it wasn't the hardest. It was just sucked having to redo a lot of the work. But for actually working on a set, it was the Juggernaut. What do we call it? Banished Guard. Armor of the Banished Guard. So that set, we decided to do this really Asian, this Chinese armor over top of Juggernaut. Over everything, over the shoulders, the front, the back. We had this hairpiece that tied up into the back, and it swiveled around on the back. The sword, the legs, I mean, everything was covered up, and it was a lot of detail that we put in there. Me and this awesome artist called Va, his name is Vincent. We worked together on that for 2 weeks. We crunched like crazy, and we got everything done in 2 weeks, including the little healing thing for him. The biggest problem for that, besides having to do it in 2 weeks for the spring event, which we missed by 1 day, so we didn't get in, was that his regular, we were talking about the animations earlier, Anuxi, and his animations are super exaggerated in game, and we didn't take that into consideration the first thing. So it was like a live and learn kind of thing that hit us really hard, because his animation bends him forward. Like if this is his waist, the end of his waist, and his torso, his run and idle animations are like this. So, and his shoulders always get crunched up in there. So anything you model on his chest or his shoulders get clumped and destroyed and stretched when he swings his arm. So we had to do a version for LOD0 and LOD1 that were completely different meshes and in different positions and different weights, and we had to go back and forth testing out different weights to a place where it looked kind of like half okay for most of the animations. So the trial and error for that set was ridiculous, and I never want to put armor over top of Juggernaut ever fucking again. That's done. That's the last armor piece I'll do for Juggernaut. Anything else, we're gonna be creative and do something that doesn't do that because, holy shit. That's my.
Sounds hard.
It was ridiculous. Never again.
Never again.
Yeah. Somebody was asking a lot about somebody making a set for Terrorblade. He's released to the workshop? I don't even know.
Yep.
Is?
A lot of people are making sets for him actually.
Did somebody make some wings that are right side up?
Oh god, that's a good idea.
Yeah, dude, I'd vote for it. Be like, please.
That's a really good idea.
I think the coolest part about him is that you can make his ultimate form into like you can create a whole new model for it, right? Am I right about that? Anybody look at the thing?
What? Sorry.
I don't know.
I think you can create his ultimate version as a whole model from scratch, not just pieces of it.
Oh,
I
really?
think somebody told me that, so if that's true, I mean, that's super awesome, and that's a great opportunity for a workshop artist to be really creative with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to spend a lot of work and don't get accepted.
Yeah.
Because those ones are the most risky. Remaking an entire hero.
Oh, you guys should post your models, your hardest model.
What? Sorry.
I was saying you guys should post your hardest model link if you have it.
I don't have it. Like the only place I can link it to is like TPL. Or maybe the store. Oh no, I can't. No, can't even
Yeah,
do
sure.
that.
Somebody was just asking for the Banish Guard set, so here's mine. Can you please give some advice to new workshop users that have received offers from tournaments or organizations? Advice that can help them not get taken advantage of. That is a fucking phenomenal question, man, and I have a lot to say about that, but we'll let the panel go first.
Oh god.
We all have stories about this shit, I know we do.
Yeah. Priorities, like, are you doing it for the love? Are you doing it for the money? Like, all this kind of stuff. Like, I took a huge cut. Like I gave like a stupid percentage away to TPL just because I didn't know very much about the organization, but what they told me that they wanted to do was reboot like their tournament, and they wanted to make it so people could afford like the ticket and all this other stuff, and they really wanted to promote esports. And it was the first evolving set, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it because I want to be on that bandwagon. Like, I love being on the bleeding edge of shit, and so I took a massive cut to do that. And I've done massive cuts after that for like local tournaments, like my sniper stuff. I gave them, the tournament ticket holders, 2%, but it was like one item, took like 4 hours to make. It's like, I don't mind, just to support them and their tournament. Because now we know that items sell tournament tickets. It's not tournament tickets that sell items. So don't buy into their bullshit that they say they're going to market and brand the shit out of your stuff, because it's the other way around. So, that's like the biggest thing I can say to anyone. Like, don't buy into their shit.
I'm going to also say here, the biggest problem...
Look over here!
The biggest problem about doing stuff for them is like you spend more time trying to get them to understand what you do and why the items are so important to the tickets, that you spend more time trying to deal with the guys behind the organization rather than doing the stuff. So at some point you stop being an artist, you start to be some kind of dealer guy, and it's super hard and stressing sometimes.
Business guy.
Yeah, it's more like the typical business guy that just wants
put your shirt
money,
on, your little tie, your dress shirt.
Earning real money, and you just want to make art and be happy with what you do. Not trying to make other people rich because of your work. And people is kind of hard to deal with them because they tend to be so greedy. You have to stop their fate somehow and let them know that we don't need the organizations at all. Like, if they don't want to work with us, we can release our stuff into the workshop without them. So it's the other way around, like Steph said.
It's purely up to like how you value your work, how desperately you wanted to get it in the store. But I would say never give them more than 50%.
Oof.
That's the cutoff line. Like, I personally do 30%.
Way too high.
For the organization, so I get 70%. So that's with anyone. Sometimes, like if they do a lot of branding, like if they do marketing videos, like all kinds of other extra shit that I don't have to deal with, then like I'll give them an extra bit of percentage. But yeah, I do 30%.
So last year,
the organization.
Yeah. Last year, before and after the international, I guess we after we became friends from about a group of us going to the international, we sat down and we discussed a whole, afterwards, from home we had group chats and Skype and whatnot, and we discussed a lot about what companies were asking for, how much percentages we should do, a lot of new artists in the workshop, that even new people that were invited at the international. Not everybody had a lot of experience being in either studio work or in the industry itself. So what I wanted to do is I grouped everybody up and I explained to them how all industries work, not just digital industry or games industry, as far as marketing goes. So what I wanted to push across to them, and I let it up to them, but as a group, but I wanted to share the information so everybody knew, and hopefully they wouldn't get taken advantage of, like a lot of people and a lot of younger artists were, without that business experience. So what I explained to them is, take a game for example, their marketing budget, same as the movie budgets. No industry, entertainment industry or sports industry will spend more than 30%. That's huge. It's usually 15% for top of the line, for outsourcing, your marketing assets. I'll give an example. Star Wars is 15%. Disney, 15% to 10%. Some websites and some pro teams and some business guys from Dota 2 were still are trying to get 50, 60, or 70% from artists.
I saw 80.
80, even 80 from somebody. And these are big guys. Like, I'm not gonna say names, but these are big boys that are trying to really take advantage of a lot of artists. And marketing in any industry in the world doesn't work that way. So I want to push this across. I know a lot of artists are still gonna take it because they want to get their name out there, and it's gonna happen. But I'm telling you guys, by doing that, you're actually hurting the entire community of workshop artists. Don't let those guys take advantage of you for that percentage. It's ridiculous. 30% is more than above and beyond what they should be getting for promoting and extending the lifetime of a. So my advice, this is the same thing that I told these guys, even more detail back then, but keep it kind of short for this stuff, is don't let yourself get advantage by big companies just to get your name out there. Like we're doing right here, we're trying to push out people's items. Hopefully this will grow. Hopefully Valve will fix a lot of things that we're suggesting. Maybe they'll come up with better stuff and get people's actual talent to come through, rather than having to use a company or somebody that's trying to take advantage of artists. Now, I'm not saying all those guys are bad. There's tons of guys out there, tons of pro teams, tons of organizations that will do the right thing and give you a fair percentage and actually advertise and do their job as their percentage, the money that they're getting for your extremely hard work that you're doing for your sets. So that's my stand on it. If you guys have any more questions about that, any younger artists that are dealing with some guys, email me, email any of these guys from the panel. We'll try and guide you so that this doesn't happen and people get ripped off. I feel really strongly about this.
Yeah, those are really good points. I remember last year when I got slapped in your face by you, like, stop being so stupid and learn to give proper value to your work. And we need to learn that, right? We need to give the value to our work.
Exactly. Because, it's not easy stuff. You're not doing easy stuff, man. You're doing specialized work, and people are trying to take advantage of artists. Younger artists.
If you get
not even
situation like, if you get a situation like you are working with, I don't know, an organization in Dota, in the end the risk is almost all yours. The time spent is almost all yours.
The talent
is yours. It's like your knowledge, it's your work, and they're going to I don't know, post on Facebook. So you need to think well about that, how much that worth, how much your work worth. That's tricky, but we need to think about that. We need to learn how to give a proper value to our work.
I ended in the hospital because of this. So yes,
I remember.
it's also because of health.
It's
Because I really try to help people, on this kind of stuff, and try to be as much good as I can with people. But when my brain can't take that there's people that greedy and that doesn't give a fuck about how do you feel or how do you it's super hard to deal with this kind of people, and it's also putting your health into it. So you really need to respect yourself at first, and respect your
yourself
work.
is a good.
You have to respect yourself and try to just be. That doesn't mean that you need to be the bad guy, but sometimes when you deal with these people, you become the bad guy, and you feel like, dude, I'm feeling like I'm trying to make something wrong here, but they force us to be hard on decisions. Like, I don't care how much followers you have in Facebook. I don't care how much special or whatever. My work is my work, and you have to respect it. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Find anybody else, because I know that there are artists that are working for a really low percentage, and that is hurting everybody, as Manny said. So
it hurts the community, man.
Yeah, we really need to stick here.
Yeah, like Danny and I have recently done like a bunch of dealings with certain organizations and certain other people that we had to pretty much say no and say, look, this is unacceptable. Like I appreciate us working together up until this point, but we're gonna have to stop right now because we can't take this percentage. Like, we could just take our work now and upload it, and we can get 100% of the profit, and it will go like we don't need. Do you understand? Like, and
we don't need
by dealing. Yeah, we don't need we're trying to help you. This is our price. If you don't accept it, we go elsewhere, and that's just how you have to be. Like, sure, they could go for the guy who only gives 20% to himself and 80% to the organization, and then they complain that, oh, it looks like crap and it's not getting votes on the store.
And it's happened. It's happened too.
And it's like,
it's happening, yeah.
So, I don't know, like, you just gotta kind of bite the bullet, and you have to stick to your guns and sort of stay true to yourself. Like, it's happened all through the industry. Like, you see the young juniors trying to get into the games industry, and they'll take anything. Prize. And they'll take the 6 months free internship because they want to get a foot in the door. They'll do stuff that is completely illegal. They'll sign completely illegal contracts with clauses in them that say you cannot work at another game studio for 6 months after you leave this game studio mile radius, and that is completely unable to be held up in a court of law. It's in the contract. It's like, once you leave the company, you are no longer bound to the contract. So anything that happens outside of the company, outside of that contract, no longer exists.
Oh god.
Yeah, those clauses exist. And I was talking to someone the other day. He said, yeah, I had this clause in my contract that I couldn't work for another company that was in the same. I was like, dude, you do realize that you can't be held to that. Like, once you leave the company, once you cut the contract, that clause no longer takes effect. He's like, oh, I never knew that. I was like,
yeah.
And that was actually something that happened. That was in all studios for a long time, for years. It was like a clause for every studio out there. Like, wait a minute. What the fuck am I supposed to do for the next... And 6 months is short. Most studios were like, for the next year or year and a half, you can go work for another studio, because, you'll give them our secrets that that you took from our studio, that you learned here, that you're gonna somehow magically put into their head, and their game will be even better than ours. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Not how it works.
Yeah.
So it's like stupid stuff like that. Like, just, yeah.
It's pretty sad.
Try and inform people.
Yeah, well, the worst part comes when the people we're trying to help doesn't listen or doesn't pay attention at all about this bad experience we have. Like, also, this is happening with the players. This is already happening with the players, and some of them got really bad contracts, but because they are young, they keep being
80% of them are kids, man.
yeah, like they are the team.
Yeah.
They are the ones making almost everything. Of course, marketing, dealing with stuff, manager is really important, but the players are the ones.
They're the heart of the
moving
team,
shit.
you know, like, and
Yeah, they are the heart.
some
they
managers
too.
are
They are
also part of the team, but, you know, that's, not all of them
I'm
are
not gonna
as
give
invested.
names, but
Huh?
yeah, it's really stressful for me because you can't do nothing about that because they are the ones that needs to move on and see that they are maybe getting triggered by these people and they need to you know to pay attention to that.
I think the
It's
international
happening.
and the money that's coming into Dota is going to change that in a really positive way. You know, like the fact that all this money is coming in and esports is blowing up and Dota is one of the spearheads for that. I think those players are going to start seeing some changes in contracts, changes in management, and the you know, the recognition and the rewards that they should get.
Well, I've already heard from a few different places that all new contracts now saying stuff like item revenue shares and stuff from players are now shared with the company or the management team or whatever. So you can't go up to a player who's in a team now under this contract and say, look, I just want to give you a percentage and no one else. It's like, well, I can't.
Yeah,
'cause
a
I
lot
got
of them are for
involved.
teams. Yeah.
So that's another thing you need to watch out for. And it's kind of sad because it's like, why can't we just do that? Like in sports, like the player, like
It is separate, yeah. Like Michael Jordan's like has to deal with Nike. The Bulls don't see shit of that. It all goes into Michael Jordan's pocket.
yeah. So why isn't that the same with sports, like contracts and stuff? So I don't know.
That's on per case basis. Like,
Yeah, there needs to be sort of, I don't know. I think there should be a player union in digital sports that covers every player and helps them.
Yeah,
Would be good.
well,
It's like any kind of field that anyone is passionate in. They'll just take it
Cybermat is
because they
already doing that.
fucking love it. It's like, oh, I
Cybermat.
really love playing video games. I really want a career in video games. I'll just sign this and be, and it's like, people can take advantage of that, like they do in the games industry, like they do in animation industry, like they do in the movie industry. It's like,
Cybermat is already trying to help some players with dealing with this kind of stuff because he's quite up to date to all the legal stuff and he's
Nice.
trying to help people out there. Props to him. Shout out to Matt. And you need that guy that take somehow care of the players, like really, like for real. I can't talk about this stuff, but that there's the need of change. We need a change here, and hopefully it occurs soon.
all right. Well, that's a great topic. I'm sure we'll touch on it again next panel for next week. But let's move on and let's see. There's a good question here.
there was
Is
one
there-
I
is-
think I pasted.
here that you guys would recommend starting with for new people trying to get into the Dota modeling? What's the
Whatever
easiest
you
model
feel
you guys
like.
think? Something with like, you know, the least amount of organic objects, I would say, and the amount of objects.
I
mean,
liked Enchantress. Like she was really, really good to learn on. She was really straightforward. There was no funky bone. There was no funky animations. Like, what you see is what you got. So, like, I think she was great for a first time learning.
I think even sets is a little bit too far. I think you should start with a weapon. That's
Yeah,
because that's the
I
most
think so.
inorganic stuff you're gonna do. You know, do a blade, learn the basics of doing volumes, edge loops, UVing, textures, baking materials, ZBrush. You know, all that. It's already a mountain of work. So start with an easy item, even if it doesn't get in game, even if it's shit. Every time you make a new model, you're gonna get better at it. So start with something
Yeah,
simple, make a weapon, and move forward and watch. You know, watch these guys' streams, ask them questions. They're super awesome to watch and they're really helpful. So that's how you start, man.
Yeah, I think a good exercise to do is start something and finish it. Like sometimes it sounds a little strange, but sometimes it's really hard to finish something. Like wrap it up and submit. Like prepare everything, presentation, the model itself is all working, and you submit. The more you do that, the more you're going to get comfortable, and it'll be easier with time. I think single items are really good to start at because you can go for the whole process, like doing the low poly, high poly, texture, UVs, and go.
And just a couple of days, and you can pump them out. Like if you did like one item every 3 days, 2 weeks, you'll have 7 items. It's like, sweet.
And you can try to improve every time you do a new one. You try to improve something that you don't feel comfortable. Like for me, I don't feel comfortable with concepts. So I'm always trying to force my concepts, like more time on the concepts. I think it's way to go.
On that area is, I will resume it on just do stuff. Like spend hours and hours and hours doing something that you really like, and with time you will get good at it. That's as simple as that. Like people is always looking for that magic formula or that thing,
instant
that magic
gratification.
spark.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, whoa, dude, what's your secret? There's no freaking secret.
No,
There's
the
just-
secret is work hard.
Yeah, it's like I saw it from Will Smith. Like he said, like when he was young, he had to make a wall, and his father told him something like, you have to lay a brick at a time every day, and lay it as perfectly as you can, and soon you will have a wall. So if you focus on having the wall, you will never see the wall.
You can't move a
again.
wall into place.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But you have to focus on each day, what are you doing, and soon you will have a wall, and it will happen. Sooner, later, you have to believe in yourself, you have to trust yourself, and keep doing something that you love. That's really important. Because, for example, I might work some days 16 hours, 14 hours.
Oh yeah,
It
super late
passes
nights, man.
really
Yeah.
fast. It's passed really
course.
fast because I don't feel work is not working. I'm having fun. Why should we work?
It's not.
So
We're lucky. You
I
know?
love it because I love. Yeah, I didn't join it here to the Dota thing to make money. I joined it because I love the style and the game. And when you make something that you really love, you understand what you are doing, and I think people that can see that, and then well, if you keep doing that, money will come by itself. You don't have to look for money. You have to look for your self-happiness, which is way more important than the money.
Money should never be the motivation.
It's never the goal, never your motivation. Your motivation needs to be to be happy, to finish something and say, dude, I made this, it's so freaking amazing, or dude, I made it and it's so freaking ugly, I need to improve. And then the next day, wake up again, do your thing, and sit there and draw for or model or whatever for another 10 hours. From Monday to Sunday. If you have social life, do it, but still every single day try to make something of art and you'll improve in no time.
And make sure you post it, like have a record of your work, so you can look
that's
back.
a great one. That's a great one.
It's like have a polycount thread where it's like you just dump everything that you do that day, and then the next page, like even if no one comments, even if no one looks at it, at least you have like a place that you can go back to and say, holy shit, like 6 months ago I was making crap, now I'm making stuff that is less crap. Like you'll be able to see like a visual proof, and that in itself is huge motivating. It's really, really good.
How many hours any artist sleep? Well, I've been sleeping for maybe 2 months, like 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day. Not because I had to work, instead because I was so excited about what I was doing that I couldn't sleep. Like I was in bed, rolling there.
You'll see these kind of like black lights on all of our eyes. We usually stay up kind of late, just because you're modeling on something and you didn't realize that you spent 3 hours trying to make the perfect rune. And you're like, oh my fucking god, it's 4 in the morning. I need to wake up tomorrow for the fucking panel. That happened to me last night.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my sleep patterns better. Like I realized like it was starting to really hamper a lot of my progress and my productivity.
It does.
So,
It does.
like when I was doing 4 hours a night, I was like, okay, well. At the end of it, I was like, I don't even want to like do like my motivation, everything crashed, and my health went down. So I was like, I need sleep.
May I get back to the last question just a bit? One thing that another thing that I think helps a lot is posting your progress, like Anux said. But when you post on a forum or something like that, you expect a feedback, right? But try to give feedbacks to other sets. You learn a lot by trying to help people. Like if you find where people can improve, that thing may help you in the future. And every time you help people, they may not remember that for time, but sometimes they get back to you and they get with really good feedback. So it's a good thing to keep trying giving good feedbacks to people, and they will get back to you one day. When I was studying animation, there was a really good thing they encouraged the students to do, is to each week post on at least, I don't remember if it was 2 or 3, but give a really good feedback to 2 or 3 works of people of your class. And that was really good, because every week when you are struggling, like, oh my god, what I need to do, where I can improve, and you check your page, and there was a lot of feedbacks of people, oh, try changing this frame here, the weight here is not working, and that's really, really good. So try to encourage yourself to help people. That will get back to you, even if you but don't expect that. Don't expect people to give feedback back.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah, just give
so many forums just have stock up, jealous, make myself feel better by saying this guy's shit. You know, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right. It's like, tell them how to fix it, man. You're not helping by making yourself feel better.
Yeah.
Constructive criticism.
If you can break down what you feel could be improved in someone else's work, and then you can explain it, it means you understand what is going on and why things need to be fixed, or how things can be reworked. When you can come to that understanding with art in particular, or forms or design or anything like that, it means you have a better understanding, and you can apply that to your art. So. Like, I send my stuff to Danny and he rips the shit out of it. He sends it to me and I'm like, I'm not at your level, so I can't critique as well as you do. But it's all valuable stuff. When you try, you just gotta try. You always have to take a shot and take a go. Like,
I don't think that's true. I think you can critique. I mean, you're at a level where you can critique anybody. I mean, sometimes, no matter how good you are, how much experience you have, even if you're getting critiques from people that aren't artists, they might see something you might have missed.
Exactly.
Well, I always listen even to non-artists that are enjoying the show during the stream. You gotta keep your ears open. Sometimes you might find a gem.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and also you are not doing item for artists, right? You're doing items for Dota players. So they don't know anything about art, but they are going to give you good feedback because they are your
That's a good
main
point.
target, right?
Well,
yeah, I mean, like, I can't critique it. It's like I don't have the understanding of like painting skills and that sort of thing to properly critique it. But you can do simple stuff. Like, as long as you try is the thing. And if you don't, it just helps.
The first step is just trying. And the most beautiful part of our stuff, of our work, is that you never stop learning. You'll die and you'll still have stuff to learn.
Yep.
Good
And
point.
that's so freaking
I
beautiful.
love that.
That's so
It's the
like,
best.
because in the very moment that you believe that you're the freaking best, nobody can surpass you and whatever, and that bullshit, you'll stop growing as an artist, as a person. That's why it's so important to leave to one side your ego, and if someone better than me, that happened a lot of times, comes to me and say, dude, you have to make this instead of this, you have to shut your mouth and do it, because he's saying it because of reason. And a lot of people is like, oh, what the hell, who you are to tell me what to do? Okay, I just try to help. I'm sorry, I didn't meant to sound, bad or whatever, but it's really important to be humble and to have in mind that there's always someone better than you. Always. You'll never be the best. Never ever you'll be the best. Never. Like, never.
You could
Really.
you could work your 8 hours a day, but know that someone in China is working 16 hours, 18 hours a day, and like just improving faster or better or there's always going to be someone better. You just enjoy the experience, enjoy what you do, and learn. And yeah,
Honestly,
like,
don't yeah, like you said, these guys are saying, don't concern yourself with trying to be the best at something. The best advice I can give you guys for that subject is try to be unique. If you're unique, even if your shit is not the best textures, if your design is stronger, or if your model part is better, or if your UVs are tighter, you have better resolution, you're gonna be unique. If you're unique, that's better than being the best at one thing.
And I'm gonna tell you something related to that is that to be unique, you need to accept yourself and try to don't be a copycat, because people is really afraid to make something from zero without any reference, without anything. Like
Everybody steals.
Like,
everything has been made.
Like, I want to become this guy, but then you will not be unique. You will the copy of this guy. So you need to be more like yourself instead of that guy. So just keep doing stuff. Like, it's important when you start to have a reference artist or a style, and once you got that and you learn it, then keep moving on by yourself. Because if you try to be that guy, you'll never be yourself. So it's very important to be yourself, and that way you're unique.
There's a sidestep to that as well, though, Danny. I find when you're getting started and you don't have a lot of the base knowledge that person has, what I tell people that ask me is like, hey, how do you get started? How'd you learn to do this or that or whatever, right? Or how did this person learn to do that? Is like, try and copy those guys when you're getting started. Copy exactly what they did. Yeah. Like, I made this awesome rogue. Try and make that stone or that, that's that. So do it exactly like that. Don't put it out and be like, hey, here's my fucking sword, because then you're plagiarism, right? What I was saying is build those skills, learn step by step what that artist did, what that master did. Yeah. If you learn the steps that they took by copying what he did, you can then use that knowledge to create something unique on your own the next time. So, that's, I mean, copying in that sense, do it. Everybody here has done it. Hands down. Every artist in the world has done it.
Yeah,
every amazing artist
I did.
stole the shit out of everything. And then is how you rework it to become your own artist. So copy the fuck out of everything, then evolve.
I remember someone saying about that. A way of artists steal knowledge. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, you have to. That's how you grow.
Yeah. Well, the ancient painters and sculptors of Rome and Italy and stuff like that, they used to copy the Greeks. All their training is copying masters until they can produce their own stuff. It's like the same thing.
You have to become a copycat and once you became a copycat, you have to stop being a copycat and make your own way. So it works that way when you start.
Yeah, I think it's. I think we can use reference as a better word. Like, you're always using some reference. People that you like, how they work, and you need to learn them with that.
But I mean, the word steal is absorbing. You're not just. It's exactly that. It just has a negative effect to it because stealing is bad. But you are stealing. You're stealing that knowledge. You're using it and evolving it. So steal, there's this book. If you guys check out Amazon and buy this book, it's called Steal Like an Artist. It's this little booklet. It is an amazing read. It's 100% dead on. Read it if you're a new artist. It'll open your eyes. It's awesome. I really recommend it.
Yeah. Just be a virus.
Nah.
Duplicate and evolve.
Yeah. Alright guys, we've gone 3 hours and 20 minutes, which did not feel like 3 hours and 20 minutes. We were not supposed to go that long. We're actually supposed to cover more stuff. I don't know, we're just, I guess, enjoying each other's company and the stream and the chat and everything. It went great for our first show. Not a lot of hiccups, which was great. But yeah, next week we're gonna have another panel. We'll talk about all the stuff we missed this time. We'll get more close-ups from Danidem, close-ups from Tidehunter, close-up from Anuxi.
Hello.
A close-up from Sid Happens. And we'll say goodnight. So, Anuxi, where can people find you?
Twitter is probably the main best place. It's at Anuxi that you've got scrolling down the bottom there. And my stream, twitch.tv/Anuxi.
Excellent. Yeah, great resource as well, guys. Polycount has a lot of forums. It's been there for a long time. It's been run by Adam, a great guy. So yeah, check that out as well. Danny, where can people find you? Danny.
Me.
There you go. Hey.
You can find me on Twitter at the Danidem, on Facebook at the Danidem, and YouTube Danidem, and there you can find me on Steam Danidem. Danidem, you know, all around. So yeah, it's quite easy.
Awesome. Also, I'll put their information for their links for their Twitters, for their Twitch streams, and their Facebook pages, whatever they have. I'll put them right below on the video for the replay on our YouTube channel on LiveWorkshop. And where you can find me, I run the LiveWorkshop.com. You can find me on there. Contact me. We have a YouTube channel. We have a Facebook page, a Twitter page, and this stream on Twitch TV /LiveWorkshop. So really accessible. I try and help out and reply to everybody as much as I can. And you can also find us next week. We're gonna do another artist panel. So make sure you guys come back and join us again for hopefully a shorter stream, but more condensed and more on point. We'll try and iron that out a little bit. I'm sure this guy's time schedule is like beyond, like, I'm sure these guys have to go to bed.
Can we drink beer on the next one?
Beer? Oh yeah, we should be drinking some shots and beers.
We can't drink on...
Yeah, you can.
I drink
You can?
cider.
Okay.
Yeah, you
What
can
the
drink.
fuck?
Yeah, man, you've been missing out. I've been drinking every stream, man. We even do jello shots with like pure alcohol.
Right now. What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
I copy your idea with shots, but I'm doing it with coffee.
Coffee shots? Oh shit,
Yeah,
man.
every time I got a
That's
soda, I
gonna
drink
be up all
coffee
night.
shot.
Get you sleep.
Yesterday
whole
was
pot
really
of
hard
tea.
to sleep.
We
Oh
can-
my
if we
goodness.
can close
You must have to go
soon, 'cause
pee really
I
bad right now.
really need to go pee.
Yeah. We see, like, that's one thing. We should have taken a break every now and then, but we're so deep into the conversations, which was awesome. But, you know, we'll only get better at this. Artist panel will come back next week. Thank you guys for joining us. All the people
so
watching,
much.
all the ideas, all the questions. Thank you so
for
much.
inviting us, Annie. Thank you for inviting us a lot, and thank you for everyone for watching.
Yeah, it was really
this
nice.
Stream.
Awesome.
Subscribe, guys. Subscribe to, you know, this guy. Okay, this is my left. Yeah. To this guy, you have to subscribe.
The wrong
To
way,
this
man.
guy-
No,
to this
that's
guy, right? You have to subscribe as well. And to this guy to my left, you have to subscribe as well.
Your point.
But-
Okay.
And you can subscribe to me because I don't have a stream, so fuck you.
With that being said, thank you so much, guys. Sith Happening signing out, along with Thiago, Anuxi, and Danidem. We'll see you guys next week. Make sure you guys follow them throughout the week. They'll be streaming. I'm sure tonight they'll be streaming. Check them out. Goodbye, guys. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Bye. Oh my god, yes, I can go pee.
I really need. Oh, my butt hurts a lot, man.
Bye.
Oh my butt.
Hey, Ryan.
Fucking Ryan.